Good morning, Alleghenies. Today is Monday, April 17th, and Cole and I are your hosts for today. Before we get into our announcements this morning, we have a Mental Health Monday video for you guys.
The benefits of exercise on students' mental health. Many students don't seem to feel like they can fit exercise into their daily schedules. As soon as midterm season hits, balancing everything becomes very hard. You feel everything piling up, and the thought of going to the school gym feels unfathomable. You are overwhelmed and feel anxious, and your mental health is suffering. All you can think about is how so many things are piling up and your lack of time to complete it all. What you may not know is even taking out 30 minutes 5 times a week to do some form of physical exercise can be of great benefit to your mental health and well-being. When you are exercising, your brain recognizes this as a moment of stress. Your body releases a chemical called endorphins to fight the stress. These endorphins interact with opioid receptors in the brain. The opioid receptors are the same receptors that many painkillers bind to, such as morphine. However, unlike with morphine, the activation of these receptors by the body's endorphins does not lead to addiction. The binding of these receptors can elevate mood by reducing pain perception and therefore triggering a more positive feeling in the body. You may have heard of the term runner's high, which refers to the feeling of euphoria that some individuals feel after a run. This can be accompanied by a positive and energizing outlook on life. Exercise has been seen to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression, boost self-esteem, improve sleep, and reduce stress, all which can have a positive impact on one's mental health. A study by De Silva et al. Looked at the association of exercise and symptoms of anxiety. Participants took a standard self-administered questionnaire to measure their level of physical activity per week. They were categorized based on whether they met the current recommendations on physical activity, which was at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days of the week, of moderate intensity exercise. Therefore, participants who reported to moderately energetic physical activity of 2.5 hours a week were considered to have a sufficient level of physical activity. An anxiety symptom score was derived from a 30-item general health questionnaire. The study showed that participants practicing physical activity at recommended levels were 71% less likely to have anxiety symptoms. The American Journal for Preventative Medicine did a systematic review that showed physical activity as a method for preventing the onset of symptoms of depression. Out of 30 reviewed studies, 25 showed that individuals who didn't exercise were at a higher risk for depression. Therefore, although school gets busy and overwhelming, and it seems like we don't have the time to take out for exercise, it can actually help with the feelings of anxiety that many students feel due to life stresses. This isn't saying that exercise is a cure for poor mental health, but it is a recommended healthy coping mechanism for when you may be having these feelings of stress and anxiety and are not sure how to cope. Taking out some time out of your day to do exercise may seem hard, but remember, physical activity does not have to mean going to the gym. It could be going out for a hike, a brisk walk on the street, a jog, even riding your bike, walking up and down the stairs, or having a dance party in your room in front of the mirror. Sure, we all do it. There are so many ways to keep up with physical activity. It does not have to equate to you going to the gym. As soon as you find the form of physical activity that can fit into your life, you will find it a lot easier to take out those 2.5 hours a week that can make all the difference.
Alright, thank you guys. Before we get into our announcements, again, we're going to send it over to Senior Class President Maddie Rule for a prom announcement.
Okay, so the first thing to know about prom is that it is absolutely not school sponsored, so you can't ask the school anything about it because they don't know anything about it. This is the waiver that we're going to hand out. It's just one sheet. You have to turn that in to be able to buy your ticket. Tickets are $20 per person or $30 for couples. You can pick up the waiver starting tomorrow in the concession stand during 2nd period, 5th period, and 7th period. Prom is May 13th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Back Farm in Frostburg. The address and everything you need to know are on this sheet. And as far as prom court, we're doing something different this year. Instead of just prom king and queen, we're doing gold king and queen, which is the standard seniors, king and queen, same old, and then silver, which is going to be juniors, and then we're going to do poets, grand diplomats, knights, scholars, and jesters. And all the voting will happen before prom, and that's all I got.
All right, thank you, Maddie. The first announcement I have for today is that a reminder that the Color Run in Carnival is going to take place on the Alco track on Tuesday, May 16th, starting at 12:50 p.m. To attend this Color Run, it is a minimum of $10 to register. The sponsorship of $10 can be from parent, guardians, neighbors, coaches, friends, etc. All campers will be able to attend the carnival after. There's going to be games, food, and prizes. To purchase the food and play the games and activities, students will use Camper Cash. The Camper Cash amounts will be based on grades from marking period 3, attendance, and behavior. And the form for the $10 register can be found in the office. The amounts are as follows for the Camper Cash. Perfect attendance, if you have perfect attendance from today until the day of the carnival, you will get $5. If you're absent 1 or more, you'll get 3, and then if you have 3 or more absences, you'll get 1. Another amount is office referrals. If you have 0 from today until the date of the carnival, you will receive $5 in Camper Cash. If you have 1 or more office referrals during that time period, you will receive $1 in Camper Cash. And then it's also measured from your marking period 3 grade point average. So students with a 4.5 or higher will receive $5. 4.0 to a 4.49 will receive 4. A 3.0 to a 3.99 will receive $3, and then a 2.0 through a 2.99 will receive $2, and a 1.99 GPA or lower will receive $1, and again, that is Camper Cash. All students can receive a maximum of 15 and a minimum of 3. Camper Cash will be distributed before the carnival. That's all the announcements I have, so I'm going to send over to Cole.
Lunch today will be hot dog, sloppy Joe sandwich, PB&J sandwich, baked beans, french fries, mixed berries, cranberries, and fat-free or 1% milk. That's all we have for announcements. So over to Jacob with sports.
In Allegheny sports news, over the weekend, the varsity baseball team beat Clear Spring with the score of 3-2. The winning pitcher was Griffin Madden. He pitched 6 innings, had 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks, and no earned runs. Caden Bratton came on in the 7th to get the final outs and the save. Caden Bratton also went 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Caden Wallace had a double, and Alex Kennel went 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. Their next game is today at Frankfort at 4:30. Today the tennis team plays Fort Hill at Fort Hill High School, with that starting at 4, and girls varsity softball plays Fort Hill at Washington Middle School, with that starting at 4:30. That's all that I have for sports, so back over to Cole and Bailey.
The quote of the day is, "There is nothing harder in the whole world than frankness, and there is nothing easier than flattery. If there is only 1/100th part of a note of falsehood in your frankness, at once a discord is created, followed immediately by a row. If, on the other hand, everything to the last note is false in flattery, it is still pleasant, and is listened to not without satisfaction, with a coarse sort of satisfaction maybe, but with satisfaction still. And however coarse the flattery may be, half of it at least always seems to be true, and this applies to every class and manner of people. As for ordinary mortals, it is irresistible." Dostoevsky said that.
Right, thank you, Cole. That is all we have for today, so make sure to stay in your period 2 class until the bell dismisses you for period 3. Have a great day, and we will see you back tomorrow with some more announcements.